Have you ever caught yourself deeply wondering why he's acting hot one day and then unbelievably distant the next? Or perhaps he vividly remembers the most tiny, obscure details about you, yet still stubbornly won't open up emotionally. If this sounds agonizingly familiar, let me assure you, you are not imagining things. There is a precise method to this perceived madness, and it's profoundly more psychological than you could ever imagine. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're not just diving deep, we're excavating the complex patterns men unknowingly fall into when they're secretly, truly, head over heels for you. But here's the absolute twist that will shift your perspective. It's not cynical manipulation, it's not juvenile immaturity, it is pure, intricate psychology. When a man is truly, profoundly into a woman, he almost never expresses it in the straightforward, open way we often expect or even desperately hope for. Instead of confessing his nascent feelings outright, he subconsciously, almost instinctually, tests the waters, meticulously plays it cool, or might even subtly pull back just to observe and analyze your reaction. It sounds utterly crazy, even frustrating, but this pattern is often a primal sign he's emotionally overwhelmed, grappling with internal conflict, and fiercely trying to protect his deepest pride while still desperately trying to stay intimately connected. Here's the naked truth you need to hear. Men fall in love fundamentally differently than women. They don't always lead with overt, expressed emotion. They lead with subtle action, meticulous observation, and a relentless torrent of internal conflict. What so often looks to us like a confusing game is, in reality, a deeply complex mix of burning curiosity, protective caution, and undeniable chemistry. In this groundbreaking video, we're breaking down 6 truly powerful psychological signals men use, often entirely without realizing it, when they are genuinely, irretrievably crazy about you. These aren't just your basic, surface-level first signs you've heard before. We're talking about profound behaviors rooted in his deepest, real emotional wiring. So, if you're utterly exhausted from guessing, perpetually overthinking, and constantly second-guessing every single thing he does, then listen closely. This is the undeniable clarity you've been searching for, the truth that will set you free from the confusion. Let's finally get into the profound truth behind male psychology and exactly how it powerfully shows up when he's completely, undeniably hooked. You've probably heard of mirroring in the context of body language, but what if I told you that when a man is truly captivated by you, he mirrors far more than just your gestures? This first powerful sign, which we can call the subtle reflection, goes deeper than most people realize. When a man is emotionally drawn to you, his subconscious literally begins to sync up with yours. Without him even noticing, he'll start to subtly adopt your tone of voice, a particular slang phrase you use, your overall energy, and sometimes even your texting style. This isn't an act or a deliberate strategy. It's a deep-rooted psychological phenomenon directly tied to emotional bonding and the profound human need for connection. Mirroring is a primitive social tool. We instinctively use it to show empathy, to build trust, and to signal, "I'm like you, you can feel profoundly safe with me." And when a man is truly falling hard, he starts doing it almost automatically, as if his system is calibrating to yours. For example, if you're animated and expressive, he may suddenly use more emojis or become noticeably more playful and conversational. If you're calm and introspective, he might instinctively lower his voice, slow down his pace, and try to meet you at your exact emotional level. But it doesn't stop with just communication. Watch closely how he reacts in a group setting. If you subtly cross your arms, does he follow suit moments later? If you lean in intently during a fascinating conversation, does he unconsciously mirror that move? These little cues are his nervous system aligning with yours, a silent affirmation that your presence profoundly affects him. And yes, this tends to happen far more often when feelings are intense and authentic. Now, here's what truly makes this dynamic so powerful. Men don't just mirror anyone. They only unconsciously reflect those individuals they feel genuinely emotionally safe with, or those by whom they are deeply, irrevocably intrigued. So, if you catch him copying your unique quirks, picking up on your catchphrases, or even developing an interest in your obscure music choices, understand this. It's not random mimicry, it's a profound signal he's becoming emotionally invested. He's aligning himself with you on a deep mental and emotional level because, in the silent corners of his mind, he's already intertwining his world with yours. There's also a hidden layer that most people entirely miss. Emotional mirroring. When you express sadness, does he suddenly become more serious or subdued, even if he doesn't fully grasp the reason for your mood? When you're brimming with excitement, does his energy level pick up, even if it's about something he doesn't entirely understand himself? That's his emotional state syncing with yours, a truly deep sign of empathy and raw emotional resonance. And guess what? This isn't something men can fake. In fact, most don't even realize they're doing it. However, it's crucial not to confuse true mirroring with calculated manipulation. This isn't him trying to win you over by pretending to be someone he's not. Authentic mirroring requires no conscious effort. It simply happens when someone is genuinely emotionally attuned to you. It's instinctive, it's profound, and it's incredibly intimate. If you start to notice this behavior, pay exceptionally close attention to its consistency. Anyone can mirror for a fleeting moment, but a man who's genuinely falling for you will show a clear, evolving pattern. Over time, you might start to feel like you're speaking the same emotional language, intuitively finishing each other's sentences, laughing at the same unexpected moments, or even craving the same simple things without a single word being spoken. And here's the part no one explicitly tells you. Mirroring is often one of the very first signs of falling in love. Before he even fully understands his own burgeoning emotions, his brain and body naturally begin adjusting to fit with yours. It's like his heart already instinctively knows he's powerfully drawn to you. He's just waiting for the rest of him to catch up. So next time you're wondering if he's truly into you, don't just listen to his words. Watch how he reflects you. If he's subtly starting to feel like a more familiar, more resonant version of yourself, it might not be your imagination. It might be the mirror effect revealing how deeply he's already connected to you. And trust me, once you learn to spot this, you'll never, ever unsee it. One of the most profoundly misunderstood yet powerful behaviors in men who are secretly falling for someone is what we'll call his delicate revelations. It's not that he suddenly, dramatically opens up about every aspect of his life or pours out his deepest emotions like a character in a romantic movie. No, it's much more subtle, much more measured, and far, far more telling. When a man is crazy about you, he doesn't just spontaneously hand over his entire heart. Instead, he offers small, precious pieces of it, carefully, almost strategically, and only when he feels a profound sense of emotional safety with you. He'll gently reveal certain details about his past, perhaps something deeply personal that he hasn't shared with many people, or bravely share a fear he normally keeps tightly tucked away. This isn't oversharing or seeking pity. It's intentional. These delicate moments of vulnerability are essentially emotional test balloons launched into your shared space to see how you'll respond. And if you pass that nuanced emotional test, if you meet him with understanding and acceptance, he then starts letting you further into his intricate inner world, one tender piece at a time. What makes this behavior so incredibly powerful is the stark reality that men are often conditioned from childhood to meticulously hide their emotional depth. Society constantly teaches them to be unshakably strong, to remain stoically in control, to only showcase unwavering confidence and absolute certainty. So, when a man chooses to share a vulnerable part of himself with you, it is not a sign of weakness. It's in fact one of the strongest, most courageous indicators that he deeply trusts you, profoundly respects you, and desperately yearns for something far deeper than any surface-level connection. You might first notice this in exceptionally small ways. He'll casually mention how he privately struggled with self-doubt during a past career transition, or how a difficult family issue affected him much more deeply than he ever let on. He might even talk about a personal experience that once made him feel truly insecure or momentarily powerless. These are the absolute goldmine moments, because he's not saying them for sympathy. He's saying them to meticulously gauge the emotional safety of your presence. He's carefully watching how you react. Do you dismiss it with a wave? Do you go awkwardly quiet? Or do you lean in with genuine interest, listen with an open heart, and make him feel truly seen, heard, and accepted? His delicate revelations also manifest in how he explicitly allows his guard to drop only when he's around you. Perhaps he's the epitome of the confident, commanding guy in the room, always cracking jokes, always seemingly in control, until he's alone with you. That's when you glimpse the quieter, more contemplative version of him, the one who candidly talks about his long-held dreams, his hidden fears, his private what-ifs. And here's the profound catch. He may not even speak about love directly, but the very fact that he trusts you with his unfiltered, unguarded self is his own unspoken yet profound way of showing you a developing love. This isn't something men consciously plan or orchestrate. It's not a calculated manipulation tactic. It's purely instinctual. When he starts falling for you, his brain naturally and unconsciously searches for profound ways to form a deeper emotional connection. So instead of confessing his nascent feelings outright, he'll carefully open a small emotional door and patiently observe if you choose to walk through it. If you do, if you demonstrate understanding and acceptance, he'll then bravely open another. But if you don't, if you shy away or fail to meet him, he'll shut that door just as quickly and you may never get that same access again. It's also vitally important to understand that such selective vulnerability is profoundly rare. Men don't do this with just anyone. You'll often hear guys say things like, "I've never told anyone that before," or "I don't usually talk about this kind of thing." When you hear those words, pay incredibly close attention. That's not mere small talk. That's a heart-level shift happening in real time. That's him signaling that you're not just another person in his expansive life. You are the person he's beginning to trust on an entirely new, incredibly intimate level. So, if you notice him confiding in you, especially about matters that make him feel exposed, uncertain, or deeply sensitive, know that this isn't accidental. It's emotional intimacy profoundly forming. It's his deepest version of letting you truly in, without having to awkwardly say, "I'm falling for you." Because in his world, actions speak far louder than words, and allowing you to see the hidden parts of him he meticulously keeps from the rest of the world, that's one of the loudest, most heartfelt declarations of all. Have you ever mentioned something in passing, perhaps a random, seemingly insignificant detail about your childhood, your preferred coffee order, or an obscure book you adore, and then days or even weeks later, he brings it up, casually referencing it as if you just spoke about it? That, my friend, is not mere coincidence. That's what we call his profound strategic attention, one of the clearest psychological signs a man is genuinely, deeply into you. When a man is crazy about you, his entire brain becomes selectively and acutely tuned into you. He unconsciously starts collecting little, intricate pieces of who you truly are, not just the obvious characteristics, but the small, often overlooked, vibrant details. The precise way you like your fries extra crispy, that endearing nickname your family uses, the subtle shifts in your mood when you're overwhelmed or feeling passionate. It's not that he possesses a photographic memory, it's that you matter deeply to him. And so everything about you starts to command sacred space in his mind. And here's the key difference that sets it apart. He doesn't just remember these things to be polite or to simply impress you. He diligently stores these tiny insights because he's emotionally invested. This kind of profound attention is strategic precisely because he uses it to connect with you on a much deeper, more personal level. He might subtly reference something deeply personal when you least expect it, not to score points, but because he intrinsically knows it will make you feel profoundly seen and cherished. He desperately wants you to know he's not just hearing you, but truly, deeply listening and absorbing. This powerful connection can show up in surprising, delightful ways. Maybe you once casually mentioned your adoration for sunflowers, and a few weeks later, he spontaneously sends you a sunflower emoji during a completely random conversation. Or perhaps you confided that you always feel a certain level of anxiety on Sundays, and now, without fail, he checks in every Sunday just to see how you're truly doing. These aren't grand flamboyant gestures, they are small, intentional, powerful moves that implicitly prove he's tuned into your emotional landscape with unwavering dedication. And here's what makes it so incredibly meaningful. Most people in our fast-paced world don't notice the small stuff. Most people forget the intricate details that make you, you. But when a man is drawn to you on such a deep, soul-stirring level, your voice becomes louder, more significant in his entire world. He starts unconsciously filtering his experiences through your unique lens. If he walks past your favorite little coffee shop, he immediately thinks of you. If he hears your favorite song, a genuine private smile crosses his face. And without even consciously trying, you effortlessly become an integral, beloved part of his internal world. His strategic attention is also a powerful way he meticulously builds trust. By consistently remembering and acting on the small, intimate things you've shared, he's implicitly showing you that your words carry immense weight, that what you say genuinely sticks with him, carving a space in his memory. It cultivates a profound emotional safety because you gradually begin to realize, this person truly gets me. He's not distracted, he's not just looking for a superficial connection, he's actually showing up with his full, undivided presence. It's also his deeply personal way of standing out in a world overflowing with distractions, where most people only half listen and then forget within minutes. This kind of devoted attentiveness is truly rare and exceptionally powerful. When a man genuinely cares, he wants to stand out to you. He wants you to consciously notice that he's truly not like the others, that he's paying attention to the real you, not just the easily visible, superficial version. What's even more intriguing is that this profound attention often comes with a highly intentional timing. He might not mention something immediately. Instead, he stores it away patiently, then uses it in a moment when it matters most, when it will have the greatest impact. Maybe during a rough, disheartening day, he'll lovingly remind you of something you once said that made you feel incredibly strong. Or when you're grappling with self-doubt, he'll gently bring up a forgotten time you brilliantly succeeded and probably dismissed. That's strategic. That's profound emotional intelligence. That's intentional, blossoming love in powerful motion. So, if you ever genuinely feel like he remembers more intimate details about you than even your closest friends do, take it as an undeniable sign. A man who's casually interested might compliment your physical appearance, but a man who's emotionally invested will remember your captivating stories, your hidden scars, your undeniable strengths, and lovingly reflect them back to you in ways that make you feel truly, wholly known. That's the extraordinary power of strategic attention, and it's not merely a trick, it's a shimmering window into how deeply you've already irrevocably affected him. You can actually learn more about what a man truly feels for you by intensely watching what he does, not just by listening to what he says. Words, after all, can be carefully filtered, but body language, that's raw, it's honest, and often it's completely subconscious, spilling out before he can censor it. When a man is crazy about you, his very body starts giving him away in remarkable ways he can't even begin to control. The first thing to watch for is his almost magnetic orientation. When you're in a room, his body will almost always be facing you, subtly angling towards your presence. Even if he's actively engaged in conversation with someone else, his feet might point your way, his chest might lean slightly in your direction. This happens because the human body naturally, instinctively turns towards what it desires, feels connected to, or is intensely drawn to. It's not a conscious choice, it's a primal instinct, and if you're the person he's captivated by, he won't even notice he's doing it. Another truly huge cue is his subtle proximity. Men who are emotionally indifferent tend to maintain a polite or safe distance, never truly closing the space. But when a man is deeply into you, his body will naturally close that gap. Slowly, casually, almost imperceptibly, but definitively, he'll stand a little closer than strictly necessary, lean in attentively when you speak, or find innocent-seeming reasons to sit beside you. He might not overtly touch you right away, but his genuine comfort within your physical space is a major, undeniable giveaway. That subtle invasion of personal space, that's pure, unspoken attraction, a conversation without words. You'll also keenly notice shifts in his overall physical behavior when he's around you. He might subtly fix his posture, adjust his clothes, or run a hand through his hair. These are tiny, almost imperceptible micro-adjustments that reflect nervous, excited energy. These are unconscious grooming behaviors, and they universally happen when someone intensely wants to appear more attractive and put together for the person they're interested in. It's like his body is silently trying to impress you before his conscious mind even fully realizes it. Now, let's talk about eye contact. This one is monumental. When a man is truly, seriously into you, his eyes will seek yours out often, and not just during moments of silence or stillness. You'll catch him subtly glancing at you when you're not looking, holding your gaze a little longer than usual during conversations, or even momentarily looking at your mouth while you speak. This profound type of eye behavior unmistakably signals desire, burning curiosity, and a deep, undeniable craving for connection. And if he visibly smiles or his expression softens whenever your eyes meet, that's far beyond casual. It's raw, emotional vulnerability, completely unmasked. But body language isn't always bold or obvious. Sometimes the most telling signs are the remarkably subtle ones, like when he unconsciously mirrors your movements. He might sip his drink just after you do, cross his legs the same way, or subtly shift in his seat to match your energy. It's not conscious mimicry, it's a biological alignment, a natural sync. His nervous system is genuinely attuning to yours, and he very likely doesn't even realize he's doing it. Pay especially close attention to his hands too. Are they relaxed and open when he's around you, or are they slightly fidgety? A man who's emotionally activated might nervously play with his rings, tap his fingers rhythmically, or gently rub the back of his neck. These are undeniable signs of internal tension, not discomfort, but anticipation, excitement, a heightened state of awareness. They profoundly reveal that being near you affects him on a very physiological level. But perhaps the most honest, unfiltered cue of all is his smile. Not the polite, obliging smile, not the "I'm being nice" smile, but that soft, almost involuntary one that spontaneously appears when he watches you genuinely laugh, or when you unexpectedly walk into a room. It might flash for just a second before he catches himself, a fleeting, tender moment. But if you see it, just know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that's real. That's the precise moment his heart shows up before his brain can even begin to stop it. So the next time you're with him, don't just listen, observe. His body will inherently say things he's simply not ready to vocalize out loud. And if you know precisely what to look for, you'll start seeing all the profound, unspoken signs of just how deeply he genuinely feels for you. His words might meticulously hold back, but his body, it speaks the undeniable truth every single time. One of the most overlooked yet intensely powerful signs that a man is truly, profoundly falling for you is when he deliberately starts testing the emotional waters. This isn't about playing mind games or sadistically pushing your buttons. It's a far more subconscious and profound process. When a man is emotionally drawn to you, a deep, fundamental question emerges in his mind. Can I truly be myself with her? Can I trust her with the fragile, protected parts of me I usually shield from the world? At first glance, these emotional tests can appear utterly confusing. He might crack a joke about something subtly personal to see your immediate reaction, gauging your comfort level. He may drop a comment that feels noticeably more vulnerable than usual, just a tiny piece, and then carefully, subtly study your response. Or he might share an unpopular opinion, or gently reveal a small, private insecurity, not to shock you, but to see, will you accept this side of me too, the unvarnished version? This is precisely where many women become confused, because when he starts acting a little differently, perhaps more withdrawn, quieter, or even a tad edgy, it's easy to misinterpret it as him losing interest. But more often than not, what's truly happening is he's conducting a subtle, crucial test. How safe am I to be around you when I'm not performing, when I'm not charming, when I'm simply and uncomfortably real? Emotional safety is the bedrock, the very essence for a man who's genuinely serious about you. Remember, deep vulnerability is a colossal risk for him. It fundamentally goes against everything he's been taught about being strong, fiercely independent, and constantly in control. So when he cautiously opens up, even in these tiny, incremental ways, and bravely shows you glimpses of his profound emotional depth, he's not doing it lightly. He's watching, he's feeling you out, he's testing, not to manipulate, but to protect his deepest heart. Sometimes he might cautiously bring up a sensitive topic, just to see if you'll hold sacred space for it without immediate judgment. Other times he'll hint at past pain, not to garner pity, but to observe if you'll suddenly look at him differently, with a new, possibly unwelcome lens. This kind of testing is profoundly subtle. You won't always recognize it in the exact moment, but trust me, if a man is truly, emotionally connected, he's desperately searching for undeniable signs that you are a safe, steady place to truly land. One of the most telling indicators is when he starts showing you emotions he normally meticulously hides, perhaps genuine frustration, deep sadness, or profound confusion, feelings he absolutely doesn't share with casual friends or colleagues. If he feels safe enough to let those raw emotions slip in front of you, you're witnessing the purest, most unmasked part of him. And if you meet that vulnerable moment with unwavering compassion rather than quick critique, you earn something infinitely more valuable than his fleeting interest. You earn his unconditional trust. This kind of emotional testing also appears in how he reacts to your personal boundaries. He might lightly, gently push them, not to disrespect you, but to see if you'll firmly stand your ground. Why? Because a man who's serious about building something genuinely real wants to know, can I truly trust her inherent strength? Will she protect herself? And by extension, will she fiercely protect what we're diligently building together? It sounds deeply counterintuitive, but testing your boundaries is often a nuanced way of checking your emotional integrity, a subtle test of character. This isn't about passing or failing, it's about creating profound emotional resonance, a shared understanding. When you meet his small, tentative tests with authenticity, genuine patience, and warmth, he feels something vital click inside him. That click is what unmistakably tells him, yes, this is someone I can be truly real with. This is someone I can irrevocably let into my deepest core. So if you ever notice him tentatively opening up, then slightly pulling back, then revealing another deeper layer of himself, it's not truly mixed signals. It's a profound sign that he's desperately trying to feel completely safe with you. And when a man finally finds that elusive emotional safety in a woman, that's when he truly begins to fall in love, for real. Because in the deepest sense, love isn't just about intense attraction, it's fundamentally about unshakable trust. And trust always starts with safety. When a man is truly crazy about you, there's one thing that resonates louder than grand, romantic gestures or effusive, eloquent words, and that's unyielding consistency over time. You see, it's effortlessly easy to show up strong, charismatic, and engaged in the fleeting beginning. Almost anyone can be charming for a week or two, maybe even for a month. But what truly reveals a man's real, profound intentions, what truly exposes how deeply he feels about you, is whether his sincere effort consistently lasts when the dazzling honeymoon phase inevitably begins to gently fade. Consistency is, in its purest form, a silent love language. It's how a man profoundly proves that his deepest feelings for you aren't just a sudden, transient burst of emotion. They are, in fact, rooted in something far more profound and enduring. He doesn't just check in when it's convenient for him. He doesn't just show up only when he's feeling bored or lonely. He consistently shows up because he is committed to building something genuinely real and lasting with you. His words align perfectly with his actions, a testament to his sincerity. And even more importantly, his actions are steady, reliable, and predictable, never sporadic or confusing. You'll unequivocally notice it in the simplest, most everyday things. He diligently keeps the promises he makes, even the small, seemingly insignificant ones. If he says he'll call, he calls. If he explicitly says he's going to be there, he is truly there. You don't have to chase him, constantly remind him, or painstakingly decode his intentions because he makes them crystal clear through his consistent, reliable presence. That's how a man who's emotionally invested authentically behaves. He desperately wants you to feel profoundly secure, never confused or anxious. He wants to be someone you can unequivocally rely on, not just someone who temporarily excites you before disappearing. Here's what's truly interesting. Consistency isn't always loud, grand, or flashy. Sometimes it manifests as a simple morning text just to say hi. Other times it's him unfailingly remembering to ask about that stressful meeting you had, even days later. It's him showing up during your most challenging, difficult days, not just your brightest, happiest ones. It's the profound, comforting solace of knowing he's implicitly there, even when life gets incredibly messy, schedules become impossibly tight, or things are far from perfect. That's precisely when his real, unshakable feelings genuinely show up, not just in the exhilarating high moments, but in the quiet, mundane, and utterly crucial in-between ones. Consistency also fundamentally means emotional availability. He's not hot and cold, playing unpredictable games with your heart. He doesn't mysteriously pull away one day and then abruptly come back the next like absolutely nothing happened. If something is bothering him, he bravely talks about it. If something is clearly bothering you, he notices, he acknowledges, and he cares. That emotional steadiness and unwavering presence builds unshakable trust. And trust, my dear, is the indispensable foundation of any truly real, lasting connection. Because no matter how intense the initial chemistry, if the energy isn't steady and predictable, you'll perpetually feel like you're trying to guess and interpret his feelings, leaving you adrift in uncertainty. But when a man is truly, genuinely into you, you won't ever have to guess. He'll show you again and again and again through his unwavering, consistent actions. What makes consistency so incredibly powerful is that it innately creates profound emotional safety. And when a woman feels emotionally safe, truly seen and protected, she begins to open up, she gently lets down her guard, and she allows herself to be deeply vulnerable. That's exactly what a man who is falling in love yearns for most deeply. Not just your superficial attention, but your most authentic, uninhibited self. That's why the men who are truly serious don't just want to wow you once with an impressive display. They want to consistently show up for you, day after day, over and over again, until you intrinsically believe they are real, dependable, and true. And let's be honest, anyone can love you on your absolute best day, when you're shining brightest, but a man who steadfastly stays consistent, unwavering, and present through your worst, your messiest, and your most vulnerable moments, that's the one who's genuinely, deeply, emotionally invested. That's the one who's not merely chasing a fleeting fantasy, he's deliberately, lovingly building a future, brick by emotional brick, with you. So if you're seeing someone and you're deeply wondering how he truly feels, stop intently looking at how high he flies and how intensely he performs in the euphoric beginning. Instead, watch how steadily, how faithfully he walks with you as time gradually, authentically unfolds. Because love that's truly real doesn't burn out in a furious flash. It builds slowly, intentionally, consistently, nurturing itself over time. And that, my friend, is the sacred kind of love profoundly worth trusting. So, now that we've thoroughly walked through these 6 powerful psychological signals men use when they're truly crazy about someone, here's the most important thing I want you to remember. Real, lasting connection isn't about painstakingly decoding complicated, cryptic behavior. It's about intuitively recognizing deep, reliable patterns that reflect genuine, unwavering emotional investment. When a man is truly, profoundly into you, his actions won't merely touch the surface. They will powerfully echo through his words, resonate through his authentic body language, manifest in his consistent effort, shine in his emotional availability, and most importantly, solidify in his unwavering consistency over time. These signals aren't about calculated manipulation. They are not games played to deceive. They are deeply subconscious indicators, little emotional fingerprints he unknowingly leaves behind without even realizing their significance. And once you begin to truly notice them, you'll instantly see the clear, undeniable difference between someone who's merely casually interested and someone who's actually profoundly captivated by you. The truth is, when a man starts to fall hard, he reveals it in a myriad of powerful ways he doesn't even consciously intend to, through his dedicated attention, his tender vulnerability, his consistent presence, and his heartfelt care. And that's what makes these signs so incredibly powerful. They come from the deepest part of his heart, not from his ego. Now here's what to do next to bring this wisdom into your life. First, I want you to honestly reflect on your current connections. With fresh eyes and an open heart, does he consistently show you that subtle reflection, unconsciously mirroring your energy, your moods, your unique habits? Is he courageously vulnerable in those quiet, unexpected moments that catch you delightfully off guard? Does he genuinely remember those intimate things that truly matter to you, not just what conveniently matters to him? Does his body language visibly soften around you, lean instinctively into you, or reach out subtly towards you without conscious realization? Has he, in his own way, tested your emotional safety, however gently, and how did you authentically respond to that profound moment? And most fundamentally of all, has he shown you unwavering consistency, not just in the exhilarating beginning, but faithfully, reliably, across the unpredictable landscape of time? If you're nodding along, feeling a deep resonance, and vividly recognizing these potent signs, then you might be experiencing something profoundly real and truly beautiful. And that, my dear, is a gift to cherish. But if you're not, if you frequently feel confused, persistently unsure, or constantly second-guessing what he truly wants, don't ignore that feeling either, because when a man is genuinely, deeply into you, you won't feel like you're tirelessly solving a baffling puzzle. You will feel profoundly seen, you will feel undeniably safe, and you will feel unequivocally, gloriously chosen. The next crucial thing I want you to do is this. Raise your own sacred standard for what true, authentic connection genuinely looks like in your life. It's far too easy to settle for attention that arrives and mysteriously departs, for hollow words without substance, or for exhilarating excitement that tragically fizzles out after only a few weeks. But I promise you, with every fiber of my being, there is a different kind of love waiting for you. The kind that feels steady, intentional, deeply respectful, and undeniably grounding. That kind of love isn't always loud and flamboyant in the dizzying beginning, but it unfailingly, beautifully shows up over time. And that, truly, is where the purest magic lives. Start observing, not chasing. When you purposefully sit back and truly watch how someone consistently shows up for you, how they reveal themselves in their actions, the raw, undeniable truth reveals itself far faster and clearer than any anxious guessing game ever could. Trust your body, your intuition, your finely tuned nervous system. Do you feel a profound sense of calm, a gentle peace when you're around him? Do you feel unequivocally emotionally safe, allowing your guard to truly drop? Do you feel revitalized and energized, or subtly, mysteriously, emotionally drained after spending precious time with him? The honest answers to those powerful questions will tell you infinitely more than any carefully crafted words ever could. And finally, if this video has helped you profoundly understand something you hadn't consciously noticed before, or if it gave you undeniable clarity about what you truly deserve and desire in love, please don't keep it solely to yourself. Share it with someone in your life who desperately needs to hear this vital message. Save it, rewatch it when doubt creeps in. Let it be a constant, empowering reminder that the deep, authentic love you are seeking isn't out of reach, but it absolutely requires discernment, patience, and self-worth. And now, armed with these insights, you possess the powerful tools to recognize the fundamental difference between someone who's merely interested and someone who's genuinely, profoundly invested. Because the ultimate truth is, the right man won't just fleetingly catch your eye, he'll earn your sacred heart, not through an impossible facade of perfection, but through his consistent presence, his unwavering honesty, and effort that steadily, faithfully endures through all the chapters of time. And that is precisely where real, unwavering love truly begins to bloom.